In today's video, we are going to go over my updated shoulder range of motion toolkit, which shoulder range of motion is absolutely essential to restoring overhead reaching. If the joints do not have good mobility, active motion is going to be extremely difficult to restore. So again, we're going to go over the tools that I think are going to bring you the most value as far as getting that mobility back with the end goal of improving overhead reaching. If you're new to this channel, I'm Tara, I'm a neurologic physical therapist. On this channel, we talk about anything and everything related to mobility, health, fitness, and mindset in the context of neurologic injury, with the end goal of empowering you with as many tools as possible to take ownership of your rehab and your health, to live an overall more active, more mobile, pain-free, happier, healthier life. So first, let's just talk about what interferes the most with overhead reaching. One is tight structures. You just don't have the mobility in the soft tissue structures that will allow your arm to reach overhead. If you've had a stroke or a neurologic injury, the structures that are the soft tissue structures that usually are the most involved or are the biggest barriers in restoring full reaching overhead motion are the muscles that internally rotate the shoulder or the arm bone, the humerus, and drop the shoulder blade down and forward. Okay, so it's this position that interferes with overhead reaching the most. Now, why is that? When the shoulder blade is tipped down and forward, structurally, there's only so far that the arm can go. And when the arm is internally rotated, there's kind of like bones in the shoulder bump into each other. You really need external rotation for the ball and socket, for the ball to glide nicely in that shoulder joint to achieve that overhead reaching. In addition to that, your thoracic spine is really important. So thoracic spine is the upper spine, and if it's rounded forward like this, structurally, there's only so far you're going to be able to go. You can see just by me extending my thoracic spine, I'm able to reach that arm up overhead. So what do we want to do? We want to stretch the shoulder towards external rotation. And until this year, I have not really found a great way for people to do that on their own. It's something I usually have to spend the most therapy time on when I am working with someone who has a goal of restoring overhead reaching, because again, there's just not a lot of great tools, and that's where this tool comes in. And this is the Shoulder Flex by Pro Stretch. Love it, love it, love it. Arm kind of slides in here. So even if your arm's spastic, it slides in here. This bar drops down, which kind of holds that in place. And then your hand, even if it's clenched, you can usually pry it open to get it around there. This adjusts depending on the length of your arm, and then you can easily stretch it out. Now, what happens for most of you when I show you with the cane exercise, that your arm goes out to the side, just by the way that this bar is designed, it forces your arm to pivot. So it really can't do that out to the side thing. So that is why it's so great. Listen, it's a little bit pricey, but I'm telling you, this replaces a therapist. I have no doubt in my mind that for 80% of the people that I used to spend a lot of time stretching on, they could do their stretches at home with this device. So once it's on, you can just use this hand to rotate it out to the side. I will say, if you're someone that has some shoulder drop, I would probably set your arm up on a table and do it with your elbow supported. So if you find when you look in the mirror that that shoulder's dropped down, I would just set your arm up on a table and do the same thing. But I cannot say enough. I know I've shown this recently in another video, but I just cannot stress enough how much I love this device. It is probably the device I've been the most excited about. And if you talked to the owners, I was literally begging them for months to get this up on Amazon. So I was super happy when they finally did. But this is the Pro Stretch. Now, they did send this to me for free, and I do receive a small commission if you click on the link in the description below. But if it is something you're interested in, link to purchase this or to learn more about it is in the description below. All right, now let's move on to device number 2. Second device that has totally transformed the exercises that I can give my patients to do at home is this core stretch. Now, remember what I said, that thoracic spine, how important that is to overhead reaching. This device is second to none when it comes to that. So you can just put your arms up here. This extends, and then you basically just lean forward. And let me tell you, it's such a great stretch. But you can see you're also getting that thoracic spine, you're getting that thoracic extension, and you're getting that shoulder stretch. So what you're probably thinking is, how do you do this if you're someone that's hemiparesis? Well, you just start with it down, hook your hand on, pry your fingers open if you need to. If your hand doesn't stay on it, use a blue strap, which I've shown in a lot of videos. Use your stronger arm to reach it up to set it in your lap. Okay, and then remember, but based on your range of motion, you can adjust it. So if you're don't have good shoulder range of motion, or you're getting pain, you can start as low as here, and just leaning forward, you're still going to get a good stretch without having to really wrestle prying your arm up with this other arm. Not only that, when you're reaching it across and lifting it up, you're really not getting like a great stretch. So it is much better that you don't have to like reach this arm across your body, which this is what most people do right here, and lift it up. So get your hands here. This fits right in the crux of your hip, and then you just lean forward. Okay, and then just depending on how much range you have, you just reach it out even more. All right, and then I have shown this in other videos, and this isn't necessarily for stretching purposes, but the other way I love to use it is for arm recovery. So just hooking your arm up here and just doing pushes. Very early stage exercise, gravity eliminated, early stage arm reaching, right? It's the same motion, you're just going gravity eliminated versus against gravity. So it's a great beginner exercise. And then as you get better, you can start raising this higher and higher, maybe even drop this down and work on reaching this way. Okay, again, still getting that arm extended. You can see you're working towards overhead reaching, just getting a little bit of assistance from this bar. Okay, so that is the core stretch. Again, another product that I do receive a commission on. So if it is something you're interested in, we really do appreciate your support. If you want to learn more about it, link for this is in the description below. And then my final tool that is absolutely invaluable and is super cheap is a pulley. So with a pulley, again, you can just strap your hand to the pulley, and now you can get a nice stretch using the other hand. Again, this whole reaching across and lifting it up, I don't think is ideal, because what happens is most people, your arms internally rotated, and I think it's so much better to not have to reach that arm across, your other arm across midline. And so this pulley, super cheap, you can hook it on the top of a door frame, right? And now you're using your stronger arm to stretch that arm up towards overhead. So again, just an update on some previous videos I've made as far as tools that I think are absolutely essential. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, and you want to get more videos to help you in your neuro rehab recovery, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload new videos. I enjoyed spending time with y'all today. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.